we have the series of meeting for all the during all this lockdown days, and we are privileged today to have Dr. P.S. Lalita, MVSc PhD with us, addressing us on the Sujok acupressure for managers. Dr. Lalit, I have studied Reiki and acupressure from Lalita ma'am, one of the pioneers in Reiki for Chennai as well as in India. She has done a lot of homework, a lot of research on Reiki, and she's been continuously giving practices for many people across Chennai. And she is the founder of Reiki Foundation for India. She has done her. She was working with Madras Veterinary College for 34 years after her PhD, and she has opted for voluntary retirement, and she wants to bring some meaningful change in lives of people by practicing drugless uh, therapy methods. So all these therapy which she is doing on the Reiki or the acupressure or acupuncture are drugless, and it's by through pressure or through various other modes you can cure the diseases. She's been doing this for quite some time, and uh, she was also a consultant for Bharati Raja Hospital, Sri Ramchandra Medical, Devaki Hospital in Chennai, and she has continuously been also teaching many people this Reiki and all these talents. Now I leave the forum to Dr. Lalita ma'am. Ma'am, over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening to all of you. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening to my topic is on acupuncture. I will cover the topic under 3 headings: acupuncture, sujuk, how to treat the diseases, how to recognize, how to treat the diseases.
நம்ம கொஞ்சம் லவுடரா இருக்கணும், கேட்கல. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் லவுடரா இருக்கணும், இல்லாட்டி கொஞ்சம் பக்கத்துல வந்துருங்க.
On the next slide, please, Shankar Raman.
சரி.
I'll cover the topic under 3 headings: acupuncture, then Sujok acupuncture, the examples, how to diagnose the case, how to treat the case. Then next slide. Next slide. What is acupuncture? Acu means needle. Acupuncture, science behind it. What is Sujok acupuncture? Examples of health problems, how to treat the case, how to diagnose, how to treat the cases. Under 3 headings, I am going to cover the topic, my topic. Next slide, please, Mr. Shankar Narayana. Next slide. What is acupuncture? Acu means needle. Puncture means you have to puncture the skin only. But what is the base, the principle behind acupuncture? See, our body is constituted by energy. Energy runs in a energy. 2 types of energy is there. 2 types of forces are there. One is called yin energy, another one is called yang energy. Yin energy is very calm, cool, predictable, and weak, but bearing the yes, it is capable of endurance. Whereas yang energy is very powerful, excited, non-repetitive, and then it is just opposite of yin energy. Next slide, please. Next slide. So balance between yin and yang energy is health. Imbalance between yin and yang energy is disease. We'll try to avoid the word Q. I'll just say instead of Q, I'll just say use the word Chi or Ki, K-I, Ki. K means body energy. In Chinese medicine, vital energy is there. It actually reaches the root cause of the problem, which may be in the physical level, emotional level, mental level, or spiritual level. So the energy is there. Yin and yang energy, they are opposite forces, but they have got their own way, their own pathway The pathway for the flow of energy has already been recognized. This pathway for the flow of energy is called meridian. Meridian is the pathway for the flow of energy. Next slide, please. So applying needle on the selected points is called acupuncture. But how will you put the needle? Where will you apply the needle? The 14 meridians are there in the body. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. See, this is the body. You see in several lines. All these lines indicate the meridians. Meridians means flow of energy. There are specific pathway for the flow of energy. This has been identified 5,000 years back by Chinese philosophers. There is 14 meridians. Out of 14 meridians, 6 meridians are coming under 6 key. They are paired meridians. They go by the name of the meridians. Liver meridian, gallbladder meridian, one pair. Heart and small intestine meridian, spleen and stomach meridian, brain and spinal cord, lung and large intestine, kidney and urinary gland. They have got their specific pathway. Unpaired meridians are there to govern all these 12 meridians or 6 pairs of meridians. This is called Ren and Due meridians. Next slide, please. Now, what is Sujok acupuncture? So means in Korean language. So means hand. Jok, jok means foot. Hand and foot represents all the organs in the body. Diagnosis and treatment, everything is done only in the hand. Next slide, please. The inventor of this system, Dr. Professor Park Jae-woo, is a Korean. So in his own mother tongue, he has called this one as Sujok. So means hand. Jok, jok means foot. All the organs are represented in the hand and foot. Next slide, please. See, if you just take this picture, hand. He has identified entire organ in the hand. One hand, if you take, entire body is represented in the hand. He has identified the yin and yang energy also in the hand itself. This, if you take the hand, the inner side is called yin energy. The yang side is called back of the hand. So, if you just take the hand like this, remove the picture, please. Show me. Please remove this picture. Alright, so I want to show my hand. Or you have the picture. See, if you just look at this picture, first picture, you see the representation of the hand. Hand actually is placed like this. Now, if you just look at the picture, there are all the organs are represented in the palm. The palm represents all the organs. Now, there are 5 projections from the palm. One is short and stumpy. It is directed away from the other 4 projections. Other 4 projections are directed downwards. If you just look at our own body, this is the main body. Main body is our body, chest and abdomen. 5 projections are there in our own body. 2 projections are called hands. 2 projections are called legs. All these 4 projections, hand and legs, are directed downwards. 1 projection from the main body is directed upwards. That is the thumb. Thumb is the head. The other 4 projections which are directed downwards, 2 projections are away from the midline. They are the hands. 2 projections are close to the midline. They are the heads. They are the legs. 1 projection which is called thumb, that is the head. There are 4 projections directed downwards. The 4 projections, out of these 4 projections, the middle ones are called legs. Middle ones are representing the legs. The away from the middle projections, the hand and which are ring and middle finger, away from these 2 projections are there. They are representing the hand. Now the question comes: which is the right hand? Which is the left hand? See, thumb rule is. I'll show the. Can you remove the picture, please? Can you just take off the slide? Mr. Shankar Narayanan? Mr. Shankar Narayanan?
Yes, yes. One minute, madam. I'm trying to remove that one.
The main body is represented by the organs there. Now I will show you how we can correlate the body with the hand itself. This is, I will show you my left hand. I take this as a my picture is I am not able to.
You want to see the okay?
Can you see the organ here? If I show the organ like this, can you?
Yes, yes. இல்லை நீங்க கொஞ்சம் லிஃப்ட் பண்ணும். தெரியுது, உங்க கை தெரியுது மேம்.
Okay, all of you can see. This is the hand. The entire palm is there with 4 projections here. For all the 4 projections are directed downwards. You keep your legs, keep the left hand touching the right palm. Now, the right palm has the ground. The 4 projections are directed towards the right palm. Now, these 2 projections are representing the legs. These 2 projections are representing the hands. Now, the question comes, there are 2 legs, 2 hands. Now, if you just take these projections here, 2 fingers are touching the ground. If you take these 2, they are touching the right palm, which is taken as the ground. Now, these 2 palms, these 2 fingers are touching the palm. This is taken as the ground. These 2 projections are touching the ground. They are the representatives of the legs. Those 2 which are away from the midline, this is hand, this is hand. Now the question comes, 2 legs are there, 2 hands are there. Now, if you take the midline, this is the midline of our body. Close to the midline, legs are there. Away from the midline, hands are there. So, if you take this representation, close to the midline, 2 legs are there. Away from the midline, 2 hands are there. Which is the left hand, which is the right hand? Now I am showing my left hand. 4 projections are there. Close to the midline, in the left hand. Midline, the middle finger represents the leg of the same side. Now I am showing the left hand. Middle finger represents the leg of the same side. Ring finger opposite side, that is right leg. Now if you take the same left hand, thumb rule, index finger represents the hand of the same side. Index finger represents the hand of the same side. Middle finger represents the leg of the same side. So, ring finger represents the opposite side. Small finger represents the opposite side. All 4 fingers are represented. They are directed, they are attached to the main body. Now, 1 finger is there, that is called thumb. Thumb is the stumpy projection directed away from the midline, that is the head. If you take the head here, thumb is the head. There is a line separating the head into 2 parts. Thumb into 2 parts. The upper one represents the head, tip is head, the left below the line is face. All the 5 sensory organs are the eye, nose, ear, all of them are represented, which is shown in the picture. Now, below the line, this is the throat. So, thumb actually represents the 2 parts. One above the midline, head is the tip. Below this is the face. Below this line represents the throat. Now, if you take the other picture, next picture, please. Picture side.
Yes, yes.
Shankar Narayanan.
எடுக்கிறேன் மேம்.
Now, if you just see the picture, below the thumb, chest comes. In the chest, what are the organs that are represented? 2 lungs, the heart. Now, this is the . chest has got 2 lungs and heart. Now, if you just go to the picture here, you can see at the bottom there is a next slide. This is the one which is in the yellow color, that is the stomach. The chest also is represented there with the 2 lungs and heart. Now, stomach continues as the small intestine, folded one. Then it continues as the large intestine. That small projection at on the right side, that is called appendix. Then it continues as the colon, thick tube. Then it crosses the midline as a transverse colon. Then it continues as the descending colon, ends in the form of rectum, which opens in the anus. So these are the digestive system. Next slide, please. All the organs are represented here. You can go through this later on. Next slide, please. Now, I'll show you the organs here. Female reproductive system. First, we covered the respiratory system. Starting from the nose, then it goes into the throat region in the form of tubular structure called larynx, pharynx, then trachea. Now, then I have already shown the lungs and heart. Now, another system we will take that actually is represented by the 2 ovaries, oviduct, and the uterus. Now, major organs I will take. 2 ovaries are there. That is, where is it represented? The lower part of the hand. 2 ovaries are there in the lower part of the abdomen. Then it continues as the oviduct. Then the midline line is the uterus. So the female reproductive system is actually represents the lower part of the abdomen. Then all these organs, reproductive organs, are controlled by the pituitary gland, which is in the thumb, tip of the thumb, in the head. Now, next picture. Next slide, please. Now, next slide. I'll show. Can you show me now, Mr. Vijay? I would like to talk to the audience, Mr. Shankar Narayana. I don't know. Can you show me? See, the respiratory system will take. Most of the people are suffering from asthma now. Asthma means it is involving the respiratory system. Now, respiratory system starts from the nose, which is present here in the face. Now, the face is here. This is the nose. Can you see? This is the nose. It is the form of a tubular system. Tubular system continues here in the throat region as pharynx, larynx. Can you see me?
Yes, we are able to see you. Yes, we are able to see you.
Usually, my picture will come the entire board.
Okay.
Okay. Pharynx, larynx, then trachea. Up to this, all these organs are covered in the throat region. This is the throat. Then it continues as the another tube. The trachea continues a broader tube that is called bronchi. It goes on branching. Then it carries alveoli. Now this continues as the alveoli. The branches, the bronchi continues in the form of primary, secondary branches, just like bunch of grapes. Bunch of grapes, if you take, stalk is there, stalk bearing the fruit. If you take the fruit, see the skin alone without the pulp. You will find the cavity in the grape. If you remove the pulp, then that is the alveoli. That is the representative of the alveoli of the lungs. Now, what happens in the case of asthma? The energy flows through the nose.
Ma'am, தமிழ்லயும் மிக்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கிங்கன்னா எல்லாருக்கும் தமிழ் தெரியும். ஸோ கொஞ்சம் ஈஸியா இருக்கும் எல்லாம் புரிஞ்சு கொஞ்சம் ஃபாலோ பண்றதுக்கு. ஸோ நீங்க தமிழ்ல இங்கிலீஷ் மிக்ஸ் பண்ணியே சொல்லிடலாம்.
கலந்து பேசலாமா?
பண்ணிடலாம் மேடம்.
ஓகே. நோஸ் வந்து இங்க இருக்கு, இந்த இடத்துல இருக்கு. ஃபேஸ்ல இருக்கு. அந்த ஃபேஸ் இஸ் ரெப்ரசன்டட் ஹியர். இந்த பக்கம் இதுல நோஸ் இருக்கு. நோஸ் வந்து மிட் லைன்ல இருக்கு. மிட் லைன்ல இருந்து இந்த மிட் லைன்ல இந்த ரெண்டு துவாரங்கள் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அதுதான் எனர்ஜி எனர்ஜி பாயிண்ட். எனர்ஜி உள்ள போற இடம். உள்ள போயிட்டு இட் கோஸ் இன்சைட் இந்த ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் டியூபுலர் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர். இந்த டியூபுலர் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் வந்து இங்க ஃபேரிங்ஸ் லாரிங்ஸ் அப்படின்னு வருது. எங்க வருது? த்ரோட்ல வருது. இப்ப அந்த பிக்சர் நான் முதல்ல காமிச்சிட்டு ஞாபகம் இருந்தா, இந்த அந்த ட்ரேக்கியா வந்து இட் இஸ் அகைன் இந்த ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் டியூப். Trachea continues as the bronchi, again in the form of a tubular structure. Tube has to conduct the air which we breathe. So, if the asthma, breathing problem, they concentrate only on the chest. You enala breathe panna mudiyala, breathe panna mudiyalendranga. Breathe ஏன் பண்ண முடியலன்னா, optimum quantity of oxygen or air doesn't enter into the alveoli which are at the receiving end. But tube must be able to conduct the energy. Tube thicken ஆச்சுன்னா, அதாவது லைனிங் மியூக்கஸ் இன்ஃப்ளமேஷன் இருந்ததுன்னா லைனிங் மியூக்கஸ் மெம்பரேன் becomes thicker. திக் ஆச்சுன்னா டியூப் becomes narrow. நேரோ ஆச்சுன்னா ஆப்டிமம் நம்ம ஏர் என்டர் பண்றது இல்லையா, அது மொத்தம் உள்ள போகாது. டியூப் இன்டரப்ஷன் இருக்கும். டியூப்ல நிறைய எனர்ஜி போகலைன்னா ரிசீவிங் அண்ட் alveoli will not receive the maximum quantity of oxygen. அப்ப என்ன வருது? ஆக்சிஜன் நிறைய வரலன்னா அப்ப பிரீதிங் ப்ராப்ளம் வருது. பிரீதிங் ப்ராப்ளம் ஏன் வரலன்னா, இங்க டியூபுலர் சிஸ்டம் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அங்க எங்கேயோ அடைப்பு இருக்கு. அந்த அடைப்பு நீக்கினாக்கா ஏர் வந்து இட் என்டர் இன்டு தி alveoli. நம்ம வந்து பிரீதிங் வந்து இங்க செஸ்ட் கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்ணோம். நாம போய் என்ன பண்றோம்னா, இந்த சுடோக் அக்யூபஞ்சர்ல நம்ம இங்க கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்ணோம். டியூப்ல இருக்கிற இன்டரப்ஷன்ல எடுக்கணும். எப்படி இன்டரப்ஷன் எடுக்கணும்னா, what you have got to do, you apply pressure here by means of your thumb, pressure by means of thumb, which remove the interruption for the flow of energy. இப்படி அமுத்தினீங்கன்னா எப்படின்னா, இங்க இந்த ஃபிங்கர் டிப்ல எனர்ஜி இருக்கு. இந்த நோஸ்ல இருக்கிற இப்படி அமுத்தினீங்கன்னா you can easily find out whether there is block. This is the only instrument which we are using for diagnosis, and the other end is being used as for the treatment also. First, identify the block for the flow of energy. இப்படி அமுத்திட்டே வந்தீங்கன்னா பிளாக் ரிமூவ் ஆயிடும். அதுக்கப்புறம் த்ரோட்டுக்கு போனீங்கன்னா, இங்க அமுத்தினீங்கன்னா த்ரோட்ல தானே இப்ப கொரோனா வைரஸ்ல த்ரோட்ல முதல்ல த்ரோட்ல காஃப் வரும், அங்க இரிட்டேஷன் வரும்ன்றாங்கல்ல. இங்க த்ரோட்ல என்ன இருக்கு? ஃபேரிங்ஸ் லாரிங்ஸ். அந்த இடத்துல வந்து இந்த வைரஸ் has got the attraction to settle down initially in the throat region, pharynx ல. அப்ப இருமல் வருது. இப்ப இந்த இருமலை எடுக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன பண்றோம்னா, இங்க எங்க பாயிண்ட் இருக்குன்னா இங்க அமுத்தினீங்கன்னா you need not even go to the point. இப்படி அமுத்தினீங்கன்னா த்ரோட்ல இருக்கிற பிளாக் எல்லாம் எடுத்துடலாம். அதுக்கப்புறம் it enters into the lungs. அப்ப இந்த பிளாக் வந்து இங்க பிராங்கைன்றது காஃப் இருக்கும், பிராங்கைட்டிஸ் இன்ஃப்ளமேஷன் இருக்கும். இப்படி அமுத்தினீங்க, அதாவது சைமல்டேனியஸ்ல இங்க ஒரு ஃபிங்கர், இங்க ஒரு ஃபிங்கர், இங்க ஒரு ஃபிங்கர்னா பேசேஜ் ஃபார் தி ஃப்ளோ ஆஃப் எனர்ஜி டோட்டலா ரிமூவ் ஆயிடும். அதுக்கப்புறம் லங் இங்க அமுத்தினீங்கன்னா லங் பிளாக் இல்லாம எனர்ஜி உள்ள போகும். ஸோ இப்போ நவ் வி ஆர் கான்சென்ட்ரேட்டிங் ஆன் தி ரெஸ்பிரேட்டரி சிஸ்டம். மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் தி பீப்புள் வாண்ட் டு ப்ரொடெக்ட் தி respiratory system. Now, the points which I have shown, it has a dual purpose. Asthma cure பண்ணும், passage clear பண்ணும். இப்போ வைரஸ்னு வரும் இல்லையா, அதையும் கிளியர் ப்ரொடெக்ட் பண்றதுக்கு you apply pressure here, apply pressure here, apply pressure here. The passageway is totally clear. Not only that, the virus will not settle down here. இப்படி அமுத்தினீங்கன்னா virus has no place to settle down at all. கம்ப்ளீட்டா எனர்ஜி, ஏன்னா நீங்க விரல்ல விட்டு அமுத்தினீங்கன்னா எனர்ஜி ஃப்ளோஸ் இன்டு தி ஆர்கன். எனர்ஜி ரீச்சஸ் பிசிக்கல் லெவல், எமோஷனல், மென்டல், ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் லெவல் இருக்கு இல்லையா, எல்லா எனர்ஜிக்கும் போகும். அதாவது இந்த பாயிண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஆக்ட் அஸ் எ ரிமோட் கண்ட்ரோல் ஃபார் தி கன்சர்ன்ட் ஆர்கன்ஸ். இங்க அமுத்தினீங்கன்னா திஸ் இஸ் த ரிமோட் கண்ட்ரோல் ஃபார் நோஸ், throat, bronchi and also lungs. So pressure, apply pressure, it goes to the concerned organs. All the remote control for all the organs are lying in the palm itself, in concerned organs. Now we take up another disease, common disease. Next slide please. Mr. Shankar Narayanan. Asthma, next disease. So I have shown the ink mark. This is the pathway for the flow of energy. You apply pressure here. Then these are the lungs. So meridian வந்து உங்களுக்கு தேவையில்லை இப்போ. That is coming under another system. கொஞ்சம். Next common diseases. Next previous slide. Coccyx pain. Coccyx pain, all of us have got tail. குரங்கு தான் tail இருக்குன்னு இல்லை, நமக்கும் tail இருக்கு. But that is represented in the form of 2 or 3 bones. At the tip of the backbone, we have got tail bones. That is called coccyx bones. Sometimes because of the impact when we are sitting or when we are driving, the coccyx bones are injured. அதுக்கு வந்து அலோபதியில மருந்தே கிடையாது. They simply ask the people to go for rest. 2 months rest எடுங்க, 3 months rest எடுங்க அப்படின்றாங்க. இப்போ என்ன பண்றோம், நம்ம எங்க இருக்கு, 2 லெக் இங்க இருக்கு, 2 legs இங்க இருக்கு. ஒன்னு வந்து middle finger representing one leg, another finger ring finger representing another leg. எங்க இருக்கு backbone? Between the 2 legs, exactly in the midline, vertebral column is present. Tip of the vertebral column shows the backbone, the coccyx bones. Now if you just take the web here connecting the two legs, represented as 2 legs, there is a web connecting these 2 legs. இதுவும் இந்த நக்கல் பாத்தீங்கன்னா, these are the இடுப்பு region, இடுப்பு பக்கம். இது இந்த ஏரியா இருக்கு இல்லையா, between the web and the 2 knuckles at the root of the middle and ring finger, and in the area வந்து represents the coccyx region. That is the coccyx region. Just apply the finger pressure here like this. இங்கில மார்க் பண்ணிருக்கேன். If you apply pressure here, next slide please, Mr. Shankar Narayanan. Next slide. That is only feedback given by another patient of mine that you can read later. If you apply pressure here at the tip of the backbone, that actually goes to the coccyx region. Then common condition is cervical spondylitis. Most of the people are suffering from cervical spondylitis. Most of the people are using laptop now. They go on bending their neck like this. What is cervical region? Cervical region is called neck. Neck is present here on the yang side of the body. This is the yang side of the body, yang side of the thumb. Here, neck is represented. Neck bones, 7 bones are there. First 2 bones are actually where the head, skull bones. Now you make the movement like this. That is called yes movement. If you shake your hand like head like this, that is called no movement. Yes and no movement. These are done by the atlas and axis. First cervical vertebra, second cervical vertebra. Now 7 cervical vertebrae are there. Now they take the X-ray. X-ray picture பார்த்துட்டு அவங்க என்ன சொல்றாங்க, C3 C4 தேஞ்சு போயிருக்கு, C5 C6 தேஞ்சு போயிருக்கு அப்படின்றாங்க. Now what I am telling is, C1 ல இருந்து 7 bones are there. First bone is called C, cervical. 7th bone is called C7. In between this, 5 more bones are there. C1 to C7. These bones தேஞ்சு போறதுக்கு வழியே கிடையாது. ஏன்னா nature, between the 2 bones, the bones do not come in direct contact with each other. To avoid friction between the 2 bones, solid structure, already there is a soft tissue called cartilage, which prevents the direct contact between the bones. Now sometimes because of the wrong movement, the cartilage which are interposed in between the bones, they come out of their place. Then this is called disc prolapse. Sometimes disc prolapse also causes cervical spondylitis pain. Now we take the entire cervical region as a single region. We are not going for the bones alone. Between the cervical vertebrae, spinal cord, within the backbone, cervical vertebrae, spinal cord is present in the form of nervous tissue. From the spinal cord, nerves are given out at regular intervals. Some of them go to the hands, supplying the hand. Before they reach the hand, they form a network in the back of the inner surface of the shoulder, that is called brachial plexus, from which the nerves are coming to supply the entire hand. Now, the marking given in the thumb, that actually represents the cervical region, not the bones alone. Within the bones, spinal cord is present. Between the bones, cartilage is present. The cartilage move in, out of its place. That is called disc prolapse. Prolapse may be outside or within the vertebral column itself. So we take the entire cervical region as a single region. To support the cervical bones and the spinal cord, thick muscles are present in the cervical region. கழுத்துல அந்த மசிலுக்கு நடுவுல blood vessels are going to the brain. Blood vessels are also coming out of brain in the form of venous system. So muscles வந்து அப்படியே இறுக்கி நீங்க ஒரே இடத்துல உட்கார்ந்துருந்தீங்கன்னா கழுத்துல இருக்கிற மசில்ஸ் இருக்கும், அதனாலயும் கழுத்து வலி வரும். போன்ஸ் cartilage out of its place வந்ததுன்னா disc prolapse இருந்தாலும் வலி வரும். இது disc prolapseனால nerve மேல அழுத்தம் கொடுத்தாலும் வலி வரும். So there are several causes for the cervical spondylitis, but only thing is you identify by means of applying pressure here. This is the only instrument we are using for identifying, for diagnosing. You apply gentle pressure, go on applying gentle pressure. When you apply gentle pressure like this, one point will be more painful. More painful in the sense the pathway is obstructed for the flow of energy. So how to identify the more pain will be there. That point is actually is a place where there is a pathological symptom. But we don't go only for that particular point. We treat the entire cervical region by applying pressure like this. Where you have to apply pressure by means of finger, the ink mark is there. The next picture shows the pressure, how it is. The pressure is applied by means of finger. Next picture, please. Sinusitis. If you most of the people are suffering from sinusitis. What is sinusitis? See, this is the nose. I already shown in the picture, nose. On the other, there are 4 markings there. Nose is exactly in the center. On either side of the nose, there are 2, below the eyes, there are 2 sinuses. Above the eyebrows, in the forehead, there are 2 sinuses. These are called frontal sinuses. Below the eyes, they are called submaxillary sinuses. So, how the sinusitis occurs? If common cold is common to everybody, but if the person suffers from common cold for a pretty long time, if it becomes chronic, the inflammation is there. In case of cold, the inflammation extends into the sinuses, which are cavities here. So sinuses are normal structure in the form of cavities below the eyes. If the inflammation extends from the nose, extends into the sinuses here, that is called sinusitis. If the inflammation extends into the frontal sinuses here, that is called frontal sinusitis. How to cure the disease? Now you apply pressure here for the nose. Nose is the organ which has to be pressed like this. Then you apply pressure for the sinuses here, frontal sinuses. Below the eyes, these are the 2 eyes. Below the eyes, you apply pressure here. That takes 2 points are given here, 2 points are given above the eyes. You just hold the entire picture. That is, you apply it will include the nose and all the 4 sinuses. 1 pair of sinuses below the eyes, 1 pair of sinuses above the eyes. All these sinuses are taken care of by applying pressure here. Why sinusitis comes? When all of us are exposed to same weather, but some people are having weak body. The body has got the immune system. Immune system, large organ that has got the powerful organ which protects our body is the spleen. There are several organs which are protective in nature. One major organ which is there in the abdomen is called spleen. That is close to the which is close to the stomach, which is present here on the left side of the body. Close to the stomach, one organ is there that is called spleen, which is related to the immune system. Now, when the body becomes weak, immune system becomes weak, the spleen has to be identified. Spleen is to be immunized or it should be pressed here. That actually activates the immune system. Then automatically sinuses are also activated. Sinusitis disappears. So instead of, in addition to applying pressure for the affected organ, you raise the immune power by applying pressure on the spleen, which is the major organ as far as the immune system is concerned. So where is it present? It is present close to the stomach in here. I have shown the picture here in the where I am applying pressure. That is that where the two fingers are present. That actually depicts the place where the spleen is present. Next picture. Most of the people are suffering from back pain because you assume certain posture without making any movement at all, or there are so many causes for back pain. Back actually is represented by the lumbar bones and sacral bones, which will say this is one finger representing one leg, this is another leg. Between these two legs, exactly in the midline, there is the vertebral column. Back pain means it is involving invariably lumbar bones and also sacral bones. In the hand, where are the lumbar bones? Between you find the knuckle here, at the root of the middle finger, at the root of the index finger, representing another leg, there is a knuckle here. Between these two knuckles, to trace the area, there is a soft tissue here. That soft tissue is marked in the form of a black color. That actually represents the lumbosacral region. Lumbar and sacral bones are represented here. So, if in the case of back pain, what you have to do is between these two knuckles, you apply gentle pressure here. If you just trace the knuckle here, you find one bone here. That is the metacarpal bone. To trace this at the root of the middle finger, there is a knuckle here. To trace the knuckle here, there is another metacarpal. So between these two metacarpal bones, there is soft tissue that represents the lumbar and sacral region. Lumbosacral region is involved in the case of back pain. So because our road is not safe, there are so many potholes. If you just drive very fast, you skid. The lumbar bones are affected. What shall I say? The in between the bone, discs are present, intervertebral disc. That actually comes out of its place. That is called disc prolapse. Disc prolapse, if it is on one side, it may affect only one leg. If it is on both sides, disc may come out of its place. Discs are present in between the bones, lumbar bones, and also between the lumbosacral area. If it comes out of its place, the legs are also affected. From the lumbar region, the sacral region, nerves are coming to supply the leg. So, pain may not be confined only to the back. It may be extending into the legs also, which are represented by the middle finger and the ring finger. So, how to treat the back pain? See, between the bone here and the bone here, metacarpal bone, there is a soft tissue. You just apply pressure here. If you have got pain here in the back, you just apply pressure here. When you apply pressure here, just concentrate on for some time, concentrate on the tip of your finger. You will feel some vibration, tingling sensation. That actually is getting transferred into the lumbosacral bone. That tingle sensation, nothing but the energy which is transferred into the lumbosacral region. So if you have got most of the people who are driving scooter or motorbike, or even if you drive by car, if you skid, there is the back pain, you find the back pain, or it may be disc prolapse. If you apply pressure here, it actually goes to the backbone, then automatically you find the relief. Then you are where will you apply pressure here? Between these two bones, there is a soft tissue. Apply pressure here. If you have got back pain, now itself you can apply pressure. Just see whether you get some relief. Only thing is, it will not give immediate relief. You can when you apply pressure, you can feel some relief. But what you have got to do 3 times a day: morning, evening, night, before you go to bed. 3 times a day. 5 minutes, you have to apply pressure here. 3 times a day for any problem. You have to apply pressure continuously. Concentrate on the fingertip. Then you concentrate on the particular area which is affected. Back. Concentrate on back, you will find the relief. 3 times a day, at least for a week. If you apply pressure, automatically the energy goes to the root cause of the problem. We treat the root cause of the problem, unlike allopathy. In allopathy, they give you relief only for the pain. But here, the energy goes to the root cause. Because the energy reaches the root cause of the problem, you get total relief from the pain, and also back also gets the relief. Then next slide, please. Next slide. Mrs. Sankaranaran, next slide. See now how it is represented. The dots actually represent the lumbosacral region. Lumbosacral region. The most of the people are coming with sciatica. What is sciatica? Initially the pain starts in the back, then it extends into the leg. Sciatica is the sciatic nerve is there coming from the lumbosacral region. Lumbar sacral nerve, there is what shall I say, spinal cord. Within the backbone, you got the spinal cord. From the spinal cord, nerves are detached at regular intervals. Lumbar region, lumbar nerves and sacral nerves, they join together to give rise to lumbosacral plexus network. From the lumbosacral plexus, one major nerve arises that is called sciatic nerve. That sciatic nerve actually is in the form of thick nerve, which is at the what shall I say, sciatic region or the gluteal region. Common word is buttocks. The deep part of the buttocks, there is a thick nerve that actually is called sciatic nerve that supplies the entire leg. Both the legs are supplied by the branches of the sciatic nerve. It is called sciatica. Sciatic nerve supply the legs. The pathological term is sciatica. When the sciatic nerve is under pressure, sciatica is a symptom. Sciatica is the pathological condition. Sciatic nerve is the one which arises from the lumbosacral region. So you have to not only apply pressure here at the root of the finger. This is where the sciatic nerve is represented. You apply pressure here, or you hold the entire finger like this. If you hold the entire finger, sciatic nerve supplies the entire leg. This is the leg. This is another leg. You can apply pressure here towards the knuckle for the left leg. If you apply pressure here, this goes to the right leg. This is the left leg, this is right leg. Right and left leg are supplied by the branches of the sciatic nerve. So, sciatic nerve takes its origin from the lumbosacral plexus, which is in the form of a thick band deep in the gluteal region, buttocks. Deep in the buttocks region, thick muscles are there in the buttocks region. Deep inside, there is a thick band of nerve that is called sciatic nerve, which goes on branching to supply both the legs. If you can apply pressure here, it's well and good. Otherwise, you just apply pressure on the knuckle, hold the entire finger like this. That takes care of the entire leg supplied by the sciatic nerve. If you want to go to the right leg, which is also represented here, just hold the knuckle and also the entire finger. That takes care of the entire leg. So sciatic nerve supplies the entire leg. Entire leg is being supplied by the sciatic nerve. So leg is represented here, hip and leg. This is the thigh region. This is the knuckle. This is the knee region. This is the thigh region. This is the foot, ankle and foot. So if you hold it tightly like this, the entire leg is getting the nerve supply, which is getting the nerve supply that gets the relief. Hold the entire finger like this in case of leg pain. Sciatic nerve supply the entire leg. If the entire leg is involved, if you have any pain in the leg, hold the finger tightly like this. This is the left leg. This is the right leg. Hold it tightly like this. Automatically, you feel the relief from the pain. Only thing is, for 15 minutes, you have to hold the finger like this. Concentrate on the left leg. If you hold the ring finger and also the knuckle here, if you concentrate on the right leg gets relief. Only thing is, continuously for 15 minutes, you have to apply pressure and concentrate on the corresponding leg. That is how the energy goes. The energy goes where it is required without your knowledge. So you get the relief. This is for sciatica. This is that when you apply when you are going to apply pressure here, this goes only to the leg. What is the root cause of sciatica? Sciatic nerve takes its origin from the lumbosacral plexus, which is represented between the two fingers here in the back. So you apply pressure here. This goes to the root cause of the problem. Don't apply pressure only for the legs. This is only symptomatic treatment. But if you apply pressure here for the root cause in between the two metacarpals here in the groove, it goes to the root cause of the problem. Root cause is in the lumbar region and also sacral region. Pain is present, pain is felt in the legs region. These are the legs, this is the root cause. So you go to the root cause of the problem, give the relief, and also give the relief from the painful parts. Pain is here, root cause is here. Next slide, please. Next slide. This is sciatica. I have given the marking in the middle finger. Middle finger actually shows the lumbar region. Lumbar region. That is, we have in Sudoku acupuncture, there is what is called insect correspondent. Insect has got head, chest, and abdomen. There is no neck at all. But here, this is insect correspondent, where the lumbar region is represented. Lumbar region is between the joint here and the knuckle here. Between this lumbar region is represented. If you apply pressure here, it goes directly to the backbone. You have to, the marking is there. You just apply pressure. This goes to the root cause of the problem, which is in the lumbar sacral region. Then you apply pressure for the finger, that goes to the symptomatic area. Next slide, please. Next slide. Frozen shoulder. This is another common condition. Frozen shoulder, it is only a symptom. How does it freeze? Just like water gets frozen, then it thaws on its own. Just like that, one part of the body, this shoulder joint, gets frozen. Then, how do we treat? We are not able, the frozen shoulder, the person is not able to move his shoulder like this. The movement is very much restricted. He cannot take this hand like this towards the back. Movement is restricted. How to get the relief? We go to the root cause of the problem. Where is the root cause? It is in the neck region. Where is the neck? In the back of the thumb. This is the throat region. In the back of the throat, neck is represented. This is the, just below the base of the neck, there is a joint. This is the joint. At the root of the thumb, there is another joint. Between these two joints, cervical region, neck region is represented. Neck region is represented. So neck has to be treated. Neck is the root cause. The nerve coming from this actually is not working properly. Because of this, you are not able to move the hand freely. The shoulder is actually frozen. So for the treatment, you have to go to the root cause of the problem. Where is the root cause? Is marked in the form of black line in the case of on the back of the neck. Now, shoulder has to be treated. Where is the shoulder? This is the hand. The first picture I have shown, hand is represented by means of index finger. The knuckle here represents the shoulder. Sometimes the pain extends into the arm region also. So you have to apply pressure here for the shoulder. Automatically it's time. Then go to the arm region. If there is pain in the arm region, you apply pressure here for the shoulder and also arm region. That is, symptom is here in the shoulder which is frozen. Symptom also extends into the arm region. But to treat the case, you have to go to the root cause. Where is the root cause? It is in the neck region, which is in the back of the thumb. Between this joint and this joint, neck is represented. From the neck only, the nerves are coming to supply the hand. Hand is being supplied by the nerves that are coming from the neck region. The network is formed in the shoulder region, that is called brachial plexus, from which nerves are coming that supplies the entire hand. If the nerve is affected, this actually is called frozen shoulder. You are not able to move. For the restoring the movement of the shoulder, you have to go to the root cause of the problem. Where is the root cause? Root cause is in the neck region. Then nerve coming from this, it forms a network here. It forms a network on the shoulder, medial aspect of the shoulder. The nerves are coming to supply the entire hand. Now, if it is frozen, you have to apply pressure here. And also for the arm, you have to apply pressure here. Now, time is 8 o'clock. Shall I continue? Mr. Dagarnarayan?
Maybe you can open the question answers. அதுல யாராவது கேட்டாங்கன்னா அந்த போர்ஷன் நீங்க you can explain that, ma'am.
Okay.
Common இப்ப இந்த cough எல்லாம் சொல்றீங்க, இதெல்லாம் சொல்லிட்டு we can open up for the question answer. அதுல என்ன கேக்குறாங்க?
காமிச்சிட்டுமா?
இப்ப காமன் இந்த காமன் கோல்ட் காமிச்சிட்டு
it shows the stomach. In the case of gastritis, you apply pressure here in the palm. It is GERD, gastroesophageal. Esophageal also is esophagus also, which is in the throat, sometimes affected. It extends into the ear also. Gastroesophageal reflux disorder, GERD. அப்படின்னுட்டு அங்க அப்ளை பண்ணலாம். Next slide. This is the cycle, biorhythm. Our body has got its own rhythm. Each 12 major organs are there. 12 major organs, they share their work. Every 2 hours, one organ is working. That is called biorhythm. All the organs are not working all the 24 hours. Each organ has got its own peak hours. For 2 hours, it is working it is at its peak. Then the energy is transferred to another organ, like this. So the organs are sharing their timings like this. The time starts from 3 to 5. Then it extends into 5 to 7, 7 to 9. So you can see that picture afterwards. You can see which organ is very active at that particular time. If you want me to continue on the stomach, invariably most of the people are suffering from acidity, ulcer, etc. You see the timing 7 to 9. Most of the people are suffering from 7 to 9 is the breakfast time. Most of the people are suffering from acidity, ulcer, sometimes cancer also. That is because they skip the breakfast. Our breakfast time is between 7 and 9. To stick to that timing, we will not get any problem at all. The somewhere between 7 and 9, stomach is satisfied. It shows it actually secretes hydrochloric acid. Other enzymes that are necessary for digestion. If the stomach is empty between 7 and 9, automatically acidity comes. Later on, it extends into the ulcer. Then finally, it ends up in the cancer itself. That is the last step. But acidity you can avoid by taking breakfast between 7 and 9 when the stomach is active. No? Any question you want to ask me? BP is a common disease. This is actually symptom is in the head. Pressure is felt in the head, but the organ that is responsible is represented in the form of adrenal glands, which are represented here in the form of two markings there. Then just above the kidney, 2 marks. These are the two adrenal glands. They are responsible for the blood pressure, high blood pressure or low blood pressure. So you have to apply pressure here in case of blood pressure. For symptom, you have to apply pressure here. Okay, Mr. Shankar Narayan, so open to question if you want to ask. Huh? Next slide. Next slide. They want to ask questions. Huh?
Shankar, நான் கேட்கலாமா டாக்டர் ஒரு क्वेश्चन?
கேளுங்க.
டாக்டர்
சுரேஷ் ஒரே நிமிஷம் நான் இப்ப ஸ்லைட க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிடுறேன். ஸ்டாப் ஷேர் பண்ணிட்டேன் சுரேஷ். இப்போ நம்ம you can unmute yourself and video on பண்ணிட்டு கேட்டலாம் so that she will also know.
Okay. Start video. You can't start your video. நீங்க
பண்ணிடுறேன் சுரேஷ் பண்ணி விடுறேன்.
Okay. Take your time. I'm new. This is the first day I'm in Zoom. Sorry people.
நீங்க in the meantime you can ask question. So we'll parallelly we'll unmute Suresh.
Yeah, டாக்டர் ஒண்ணு இல்ல, எக்சர்சைஸ் பண்ணும்போது ஏர்லி மார்னிங் எக்சர்சைஸ் பண்ணும்போது நீங்க அந்த நெக்குக்கு சொன்னீங்க இல்லையா, எஸ் அண்ட் நோ மூவ்மெண்ட், அது நான் பண்றேன் டாக்டர் டெய்லி. பட் ஒருத்தர் வந்து இந்த ஜீரோ போடுற மாதிரி கழுத்து தலை சுத்துற மாதிரி ஒரு ரவுண்ட் பொசிஷன் பண்ணுவாங்கல்ல, அது பண்ணக்கூடாதா?
தலை சுத்துற மாதிரி மெதுவா பண்ணலாம்.
இல்ல எஸ் அண்ட் நோ நான் ரெகுலரா பண்றேன். இது சுத்தமா
நீங்க சொல்றீங்க அது பண்ணலாம், நம்ம ரொம்ப மெதுவா பண்ணணும்.
ஓகே,
ரொம்ப மெதுவா பண்ணணும்.
ஓகே. ஏன்னா நான் பண்ணும்போது எனக்கே ஒரு மாதிரி தலை சுத்துற மாதிரி வந்துச்சு. ஏன்னா I do this and this, but should I do this or not?
Okay.
I should not do this.
கேள்வி முடிச்சிட்டீங்களா?
சார் முடிச்சிட்டேன்.
Any exercise, if you do, there should not be any pain. If there is any pain when you do exercise, that particular movement is not for it. It's not for you. You should not make that movement at all.
Okay.
Rotate your head like this. If there is any pain, don't move.
Pain இல்ல டாக்டர், ஆனா ஒரு கிடினஸ் வரா மாதிரி வருமா? Okay.
Because it is involving the ear also. You make this movement, it is involving the ear also. So naturally there will be giddiness.
Okay, அப்ப அது பண்ண வேண்டாம் இல்லையா?
பண்ண வேண்டாம்.
Okay.
You feel uncomfortable with a particular movement that is not suitable for you.
The same question goes to the knees also. knee கூட ரொட்டேஷன் பண்ண கூடாதோ? அப் அண்ட் டவுன் பண்றோம் இல்லையா? இப்படி பண்றோம், இப்படி பண்ண கூடாதா?
knee is meant for flexion and extension.
Okay.
இப்படி தான் பண்ணணும், not for rotation. நம்ம hand இப்படி rotate பண்ணலாம்.
Okay.
கை இருக்கு இல்லையா, leg இல்லையா, அதை rotate பண்ணலாம். நீங்க படுத்துட்டு leg rotate பண்ணலாம்.
Okay.
knee is meant for flexion and extension.
Okay.
Rotate.
Okay.
It will actually tear the ligaments.
Oh. தேங்க்ஸ் டாக்டர், தட்ஸ் a lovely question. நான் YMCAல ஒருத்தர் அதை பண்ணதை பார்த்தபோது அவர்கிட்ட போய் சொன்னேன். I heard that rotation பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு. அவர் ரொம்ப அடம் பிடிச்சி இல்ல பண்ணலாம், there's a ball there ன்ட்டார்.
ஏன்னா there are 3 bones. ஒன்னு வந்து tibia and fibula மேல கீழ இருக்கு, இங்க தைல ஃபீமர் இருக்கு, அதுல மூவ்மெண்ட்டுக்கு பட்டேலான இப்படி மூவ்மெண்ட் இருக்கு. Binding all these things, ligaments are there.
Okay.
If you rotate like this, ligament will tear.
Okay.
The bones are bound like this by means of ligaments.
Okay.
Ligaments வந்து 3 ligament இருக்கு. Medial, lateral and straight ligaments இருக்கு. நீங்க இப்படி மூவ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா ligament will tear.
Okay. Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much.
Okay, the question answer session is open. Anyone, Dr. Rupa ma'am, can you ask the question? Ma'am, Dr. Rupa ma'am is our director of our BSMED, Bharatiya School of Management and Entrepreneurial Development. She will be asking the questions.
Okay.
Doctor, good evening. Very nice presentation.
Thank you.
Because everyone have pain at least in one point, and this may be of good use to them.
Yeah.
For example, ma'am, if I have a back pain, you said we have to apply pressure in certain points. Can you tell, is it the number of times in a day and number of days? These two has some relevance, ma'am, and for every person, does it vary?
Back pain is common for so many people. What you can do, I have shown here, that you can easily identify the middle finger, okay. Back pain. So this is called inside correspondence. All the organs are represented in the YIN inside here. On the inside of the YIN, that is inner aspect of the body is known as the inside. This is
Understood,
the YIN side. Here, entire backbone is represented. Backbone is represented. This is the neck.
Okay.
This is the back of the head. This is the neck. This is chest region. Thoracic bones are there. This is where backbone, lumbar region is there. Below, sacral region is there. You have back pain. It's easy to identify this point. Instead of going here, it's not easy for you to identify. Here you can apply pressure here. Between the midjoint here and the knuckle here. You just apply pressure here. This represents the back.
Okay.
Just how many times? How long? See, you just apply gentle pressure here. Close your eyes. Initially, you concentrate on the thumb. Concentrate on the tip of your thumb by means of which you apply pressure. When you concentrate here, then immediately you will find some sort of tingling sensation here. That is the divine energy which goes to the corresponding region. Apply pressure here. Concentrate on the back. When you concentrate on the back, automatically the energy is transferred from the
to that point.
From this region to the corresponding region back. That is, this corresponds to the back. This is the remote control for your back. How long you have to do? How many times? If you apply, this is the root cause of the problem. If you apply pressure here, then it goes to the root cause. Morning, as soon as you get up, when you don't, you will not be attracted by any other work. That is, as soon as you get up, even before you get down from the bed, you just apply pressure here for 10 minutes continuously. In the evening, around 5 to 10 minutes, in the evening between 5 and 6, you just apply pressure here. Again, another 10 minutes. Concentrate on the back. Then again, before you go to bed, then you will not be disturbed by any other work. Again, 10 minutes. Concentrate on the back. Apply pressure between the middle finger and the knuckle here. Okay. This represents the back.
Yes.
This represents the back. When you are applying pressure, concentrate on the back.
Okay.
10 minutes, 3 times a day. For a week, if you apply, automatically you get rid of the pain. So whenever you get the pain, you just apply. You know where to apply.
Okay.
But initially, if it is a chronic pain, at least for a week, 3 times a day, 10 minutes continuously.
That's great, ma'am. Very nicely told. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Any other question? Huh? Last, if you don't have any question, last 2 slides.
Last 2 slides, Purnima ma'am. Okay.
YouTubeல நீங்க இதெல்லாம் பார்க்கலாம். Pressure points. YouTube is Lalita PS. Lalita PS is, you can open that one and then just after some time, after the class is over, after this lecture is over, you can open the YouTube. Then Lalita PS is the password. Lalita PS is the ID. Then next slide. Any question you have got? If you are interested in learning, it takes only one full day for you to learn. But because I am old, I am now confined to my house. I teach, online also. But only thing is, I am dividing this into 1.5 hours, 1 hour, and like that. But if after the corona is over, I take only one full day for taking class. I split it into 2 parts. Morning 3 hours, 10 to 1, 10 to 1, 2 half a days. I take the class. In one day, you can master the subject. So,
I have a question. Can I ask?
Please.
Yeah, go ahead, Haripriya.
Yeah, thanks, Shanti.
You will have to introduce yourself and then ask questions.
Yeah, sure.
For the benefit of others.
Yes.
Yeah. I am Haripriya. I am from T Nagar, Chennai, madam.
Yes.
Today's main problem is the knee pain as well as the varicose veins. Varicose vein, that ring thing, it comes either on the thigh or on the above the ankle. It comes for many people of above 50 years, basically. So, what is to be done for that? And
varicose vein actually involves the blood vessels. Now I have shown only the correspondence point which are restricted to this. If you have varicose vein, that comes under higher level of class, that is called meridian course. But for you, varicose vein, this is the leg. If it is a left leg, what you can do? The vein actually carries the blood against the gravitational force towards the heart. So there are valves in the vein. These are becoming less powerful. Our vein becomes powerless. The veins are not able to carry the blood against the gravitational force. What you can do? This is the leg. From the tip, you just massage. You just massage like this. The tip here, massage like this. Then you go to the correspondence point of the calf muscle region. This is the calf muscle region where the blood accumulates. Then this is the corresponding region for the thigh. Then from the periphery towards the thigh, you just massage. For 10 minutes, you massage here. This takes care of the foot and ankle. Then you come to the calf muscle region. Just apply pressure like this. Just massage for 10 minutes. Then massage for 10 minutes in the thigh, corresponding point of the thigh. This is thigh region. This is calf muscle region. This is the foot. Massage continuously for 10 minutes, concentrating on the foot, concentrating on the calf muscle region, concentrating on the thigh region. 3 times a day.
Okay.
Any other question?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. I am now giving the, now we'll have our alumni president, Mr. Shankar, speaking now. And he'll sum up the session also.
Thank you, madam, Madam. Very really, we appreciate you for taking time to come and give a wonderful presentation to all of us.
Okay.
This is part of the BSMD Alumni
What I am
Association,
telling is,
and I take real great opportunity to thank on behalf of all the BSMD alumni and the director in charge, the faculty.
because I have to cover the entire portion. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
And we got a lot of things to learn from you, madam. You are really a veteran in the field. And there's a lot of things which is, in fact, I was told this has been taught in the school level in Russia and most of the developed countries. So since it's a very alternative medicine also, treatment, where all the traditional medicines has been of real help today at this juncture. Like we call it as Ayurveda, we call it Unani or Siddha, homeopathy. Sujo is also one great opportunity which we have to learn.
But only thing is, you don't have to go for any X-ray, MRI, scanning, etc., etc. Everything can be diagnosed by means of one instrument here that is called probe. This is the only instrument we are using for diagnosing and for treatment also. For diagnosing, we are try to apply pressure. Then, where is the painful point? Apply pressure. Then, by the blunt end, we just massage like this. Automatically, the energy flows where it is required. Everything is in the hand. And
கைக்குள்ளார உலகம் இருக்குன்றீங்க. நம்ம கைக்குள்ளாரே உலகம் இருக்கு இல்லீங்களா?
அதான் கைப்பிடியில இருக்கு. Your entire body is in the hand. You don't have to go for any diagnostic test nor any medicine. Totally drugless. Diagnosis is easy. Treatment also is easy. Everything is in the hand only. This is the inside. This is the outside. Here, vertebral column is represented. All the internal organs are represented. This is the head. This is hand. This is hand. These are the two legs. Everything is represented in the hand. You don't have to go for the no operation. Nothing need be done.
Wonderful. In fact, I would really appreciate, madam, you are an authority in the field and you have taken so much time to explain us. These small things should reach our people. That is what I keep telling, like even our Varma or so many things, nammaloda kalai.
But only thing is, I want people to learn. In one day, you can learn.
வெளிநாட்டுல வந்திருந்தா கூட நிறைய விஷயங்கள் நம்ம வந்து ஒன்னும் தவறு இல்லைங்களா, ஒரு நாள் கிளாஸ் எல்லாருமே எடுத்துக்கலாம் நினைக்கிறேன். நாங்க சங்கநாராயணன் ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்லணும். ஏன்னா இப்படி வெரி குட். சங்கநாராயனுக்கு ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்லணும்.
ஒரு சங்கர் சார் ஒரு கேள்வி இருக்கு.
சொல்லுங்க, கேள்வி கேளுங்க சங்கர்.
Somebody has asked a question. We will ask that and then you can sum it up, sir. Veeru அப்படினு கேட்டிருக்காங்க. He is asking reflexology and Reiki. Is reflexology and Reiki different from Sujok?
Very valid question. Very valid question. Wonderful question. Only thing is, in reflexology, head is represented here, nose is here, tongue is here, heart is here. Heart is represented in so many places. But here, exactly as they are represented, they are in the body. This is head, this is throat, this is chest, this is abdomen, upper part of the abdomen, lower part of the abdomen. As they are represented in the body, organs are represented. Absolutely no difference. If you have any problem here, head is here, brain is here, eye, nose, everything is here. All the organs in the throat. Next organ is throat. Next region is the throat. Next region is the chest. As they are in the body, they are represented. Unlike reflexology, where you have to have the book as reference, then identify the points.
Thank you, ma'am. And the second, and he is also asked acupressure and acupuncture in a difference அப்படின்னு கேட்டிருக்காரு. This is the last question. அப்புறம் we can close it.
Acupuncture means you have to apply needle. You have to apply needle. You have to know the exact point where there is pain. That is stomach region. Stomach itself has got some problem. Supposing there is ulcer, according to allopathy, ulcer means where is ulcer point. You can, by means of probe, you can identify the painful point, then apply needle. Here, what I am telling is, for application of the needle, you must have thorough knowledge of the organ. But here, if you apply pressure, it need not go only to the ulcer point. Ulcer in someday or other, it is likely to extend into the other region also. So entire organ, stomach ulcer, entire organ apply pressure here. Entire organ takes the energy. So application of the needle requires knowledge of the organ here. How they are represented, you apply, find out, diagnose the particular point, apply the needle. Allopaths, they are against non-medical people applying the needle. They are against non-medical people doing acupuncture. That is why I have converted acupuncture into acupressure. So anybody can learn acupressure in one day. You can apply pressure. You are not applying needle at all. They are against non-medical people doing acupuncture. You have to apply needle. They are very much against non-medical people doing, because it is involving sterility. They say if you are applying needle, you are infecting the people. AIDS comes because of this. Jaundice comes from because of this. That is right. Pressure is applied. These fingers are sufficient to apply the pressure. In one day you can learn. Yes. Application is.
So if there's not any further questions, can we just?
சார் இருக்கு சார் questions இருக்கு. I think கல்பனான்னு ஒருத்தங்க question கேக்குறதுக்கு ரெடியா இருக்காங்க.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
One minute, sir. 1 minute. We'll just check. Yeah, she is ready. Kalpana is ready நினைக்கிறேன். So we'll. Kalpana ma'am, you can ask questions.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you can ask any question.
Yeah, 1 minute, ma'am. There is a person by name YP and animation. This person is asking any point for diabetes.
Diabetes is, as far as
Shankar,
diabetes is not a disease at all. It is not a disease. If you go on examining your body, if you are going to the doctor, they will simply say you have got diabetes. Then you start possessing the diabetes. Then you say, I have diabetes, I have diabetes, I have got that. Diabetes, as far as I am concerned, diabetes is not a disease at all, because it is, even by stress, you can develop diabetes. See, diabetes is involving the pancreas. One part of the pancreas that is called one group of cells called beta cells, which are capable of secreting insulin. That when it is not secreting in optimum quantity, then they say it is diabetes. I am not going to the insulin secreting cells at all. What is the control? Where is the control? It is the pituitary gland that is present in the, as a part of the brain. You try to stimulate the brain. Where the pituitary gland is there, thyroid is present in the throat region. Stimulate the thyroid, which has got stem cells to make the organ function properly, to stimulate the organ which are not functioning. Then you go to the pancreas, which is present here just below the stomach. You apply pressure here, try to diagnose where exactly the pain is present, try to stimulate. The duodenum is an organ which gives rise to pancreas. From the pancreas, one lobule comes out of its own self. It just stays there as a group of cells that forms the endocrine part of the pancreas. That is one type of cell called beta cells, capable of secreting insulin. But how does insulin getting secreted? By stimulating the beta cells. How beta cells are stimulated? By means of stem cells that are present in the thyroid. Thyroid is under the control of pituitary gland. So, in the case of diabetes, stimulate the brain by applying pressure 3 times a day. You apply pressure here, which includes the pituitary gland. Then apply pressure here where the thyroid is present. Just by the side of the Adam's apple, 2 thyroid glands are present. Don't go directly to the thyroid gland if you are not able to. Just apply pressure in the region between this line and this line. Apply pressure here, it includes the thyroid gland. Then go to the stomach region, which is just in front of the wrist. Stomach is present, just adjacent to the liver, stomach. The pancreas is present. The entire pancreas is not secreting the insulin. One microscopical part of the cell is called islet of Lagrange. That actually has got 3 types of cell. One type is called beta cell, capable of secreting insulin. So insulin secretion is depending on the thyroid, where the stem cells are present. That actually is depending on the pituitary gland. So apply pressure here to stimulate the pituitary gland. Apply pressure here for stimulating the thyroid gland. Then apply pressure here for the entire pancreas. The entire, including exocrine, endocrine part of the pancreas, takes its energy. This is what you must do. As far as diabetes is concerned, it is not a disease. That is why, because it is not a treatable disease, they go on prescribing medicine, one medicine or another medicine, go on prescribed, then finally you end up with some other disease, kidney failure, liver failure, etc. Because the prolonged treatment for diabetes causes damage to the other organs. Initially stomach, then liver, finally kidney damage is there. That is why you come across several cases of kidney failure, liver failure. So apply pressure here for the head, thyroid, and stomach and pancreas. Because you are taking long medicine for a long time, it may also produce gastritis. So treat the stomach and also adjacent organ pancreas, which is represented here. All the pictures are given in your book also, in the course material. Okay.
Thank you very much, doctor.
Diabetes
Amazing.
is not a disease.
Thank you. I feel myself cured now.
Okay.
There is one question from Ajita Satish. She's asking how to handle headache or migraine, which is frequent and severe for ladies, particularly housewives. Also, she wants to know for digestion issues.
For housewives, it is common means is it because of husband?
No, she has not mentioned that.
Sometimes that is also the moment he comes, he bombards her. So that anyway, headache is a ambiguous term. Cause may be different. So many people are suffering from headache. If there is stress in the body, for diabetes also, there is stress. Actually, diabetes may be there. Mind is the one which actually acts as the cause of several problems, including migraine or headache. Now, headache can be due to sinusitis, it can be due to hunger, or it can be due to acidity, it can be due to hormonal imbalance. So many causes are there, or it can be due to sinusitis or head injury. So many causes are there. One term is used, that is head. Now, where is the head? The tip of the thumb represents the head. That is only going to the symptom of the disease. Where is the root cause? If it is due to gastritis, just apply pressure. If it is due to stress, anxiety, tension, it also may cause the acidity or the headache. So if there is stress, if there is tension, if there is what should I say, anger, so just apply pressure at the junction of the palm and the wrist. There is a point here. This is the focal point for the Manipura chakra. You apply pressure here. This takes care of the sphincter which is present here. This, if it is due to acidity or if it is due to stress, you apply pressure here. That is at the junction, midpoint at the junction of wrist and the palm. Apply pressure here, automatically you get the relief from the stress. For the headache symptom, you apply pressure here. If it is due to hormonal imbalance, hormones are endocrine organs are supplying the or secreting the hormone. Sahasrara chakra is there. There is another. This is pineal gland, pituitary gland, thyroid, then thymus, then ovary or the testis, then endocrine gland, adrenal is present. All these organs are represented here. So you just apply pressure here, or you just apply pressure here. All the endocrine glands are taken care of, or you apply pressure here on the back of the middle finger. That takes care of the endocrine deficiency. If there is endocrine deficiency, so many causes are there for headache. What is the cause of this? Is it due to hunger? Is it due to acidity? Is it due to sinusitis? Find out the cause, apply pressure. Condition, headache means apply pressure here at the tip of the thumb. That represents the head. For migraine also, you can apply pressure.
So we have Rajesh next asking questions. So Rajesh,
Yes.
you can go ahead.
Yes.
Doctor, good evening, doctor. Myself is
Good
Rajesh.
evening. Good evening.
Yeah, the session was wonderful session, doctor. Really, I got a lot of good things.
Thank you.
But personally, I have one question. Maybe the common question for all also.
Yes.
This is related to the BP.
Yes.
So far, I have diagnosed. Always, I will be diagnosed like I am in the border. But the doctor used to tell me to come and continue the tablet. then after that they will say it's okay, we will see for another 3 months, 6 months, like that. But practically what happening is, like, especially in some meetings, when I am there, I know myself, like, I am going to get out of my control, I am going to burst. I will try to control for some time, then immediately I will burst out, then the situation will go in a negative direction. So in that cases, if I want to control these things, how I can do that, madam?
As far as BP and diabetes are concerned, they go on giving medicine, they go on changing the medicines also one after the other. They're going on experimenting on your body. As far as I am concerned, diabetes and blood pressure, they are not diseases at all. It's all mind oriented. If you're having anxiety, automatically endocrine glands start coming to your rescue. If there is slight emotional disturbance, inga pancreas irukku illaya, adu immediately it starts secreting the insulin. It starts giving the message to the liver. Liver starts secreting glucose. Glucose ennathukku, glucose injection kudukranga illaya, sugar level kammi aayidhu. Adhe mari doctor kitta pogame, the liver secretes glycogen storage organ that is actually converted into glucose that goes into the system. That la glucose level jaasti agudhu. Immediately they diagnose it as diabetes. We say God is giving you from the liver, sugar is coming to your rescue, sugar level is increasing, it is in the form of energy. You are getting more energy supplied by the liver. Same thing holds good. That is why I am telling diabetes is not a disease. Similarly, blood pressure also is not a disease. The moment you have some fear, what happens? Your adrenal gland, which is present in the back of close to the kidney. Renal means kidney. Adjacent to the liver, two organs, endocrine glands are present. They are called adrenal glands. How they are represented? These are the kidneys. Close to the kidneys, two adrenal glands are present in the midpoint of the palm. The kidneys are represented here. Here, one adrenal gland, another adrenal gland. These are the two kidneys. Adjacent to the kidney, they are present. They are glands, endocrine glands. They are immediately responding when you are having pressure. Corticosteroids or adrenaline is secreted in a larger quantity, more than optimum quantity. Because of that, you have the heart palpitates. More than in an optimum quantity, heart palpitates. Immediately you think of heart, you think heart is palpitating, immediately you think of blood pressure increasing, you go to the cardiologist or go to the concerned doctor, your consultant. Then what happens? Heart, if it pumps more than normal condition, what happens? Because it pumps faster, it pumps more blood towards the periphery. Then the heart says, don't have any fear. I supply enough quantity of oxygen through the blood, then don't have fear. Heart says, don't have enough fear. But we have fear. Because of the fear, then heart, the adrenal gland secretes more of adrenaline. Because more of adrenaline is there, the doctor says, because your heart also pumps faster, the doctor says, he just applies his instrument here, sphygmomanometer, blood pressure apparatus. The moment he applies the apparatus here, you do not know how to reach the mercury level, your blood pressure goes up. It is instant. It is instant. Immediately, you do not know what is the mercury level, what the doctor is going to say. Immediately, your blood pressure goes up. The moment you come out of the doctor's clinic, immediately blood pressure comes. The fear, instant fear, makes the blood pressure goes up. More of adrenaline is secreted. It enters into the system. Your blood pressure goes up. That is taken. It is being exploited by the consultant. Then he prescribes the medicine immediately. Don't have fear. The moment you go to the doctor, blindly or mechanically, you show your hand, just say Om, 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 or you just take deep breath, just show your hand. Let the doctor say anything. Be calm and quiet. Your blood pressure will not go. It is all mind-oriented disease. I have blood pressure. I have blood pressure. You start processing the disease. Then as long as you process the disease in your mind, automatically blood pressure goes up. I am normal. I am healthy. The mind is the software, brain is the hardware. Whatever your mind says, the brain catches, then you suffer from the disease. Physical disease is the symptom. Physical disease is showing in the form of symptom. Physical disease in the form of symptom. Mind gives the order to the brain. If you just say, I am healthy, it comes down. It is mind oriented. Blood pressure and diabetes, they are mind oriented. If you are under stress, blood pressure goes up, diabetes, sugar level also goes up. Keep your mind calm. I am healthy, I am healthy, I am happy. Keep your mind.
Keep like that. Is there any specific points or something we can do, madam?
Yes, there are specific points. See, you feel giddiness or heaviness in the head. What you can do, there are 2 points where you can apply pressure. This is the point. If you just apply for diagnosis, I have applied like this. There will be 2 points peripherally. You apply pressure here.
Okay.
This makes the mind calm. But where is the root cause? It is in the adrenal gland. You apply pressure here,
Okay.
automatically this goes to the root cause of the problem. Adrenal gland is the one which supplies adrenaline, which secretes adrenaline, corticosteroids also. If the level goes up, blood pressure, higher blood pressure. The level is low, low blood pressure. Optimum quantity should be there, for which you have to apply pressure here.
Wow.
Here.
Okay.
These 2 points. Just be calm and apply pressure for 10 minutes, continuously concentrating on the lumbar region. Concentrating on the head. 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 3 times a day.
Okay. And we'll have the last question from Kalpana.
Yes.
She's been waiting. So after that, we'll wind up.
Yes.
Kalpana ma'am, you can ask question. One minute.
Yes.
So I think Ms. Kalpana has left. Then we'll have. There's one more question, ma'am, which I'll read. Mr. M. Saroja madam wants to know if there is any quick cure for urine infection, and we'll close it with this.
Okay. Urinary tract infection is quite common. If you are traveling for a long time in train, using mode, etc. Then only thing is common if you are in ICU, if the person is in ICU for longer period. Because catheter is used, if it is not there, automatically urinary infection comes. There is a urinary bladder. It is present in this is the lower part of the abdomen. Take the body, this is the upper part of the abdomen, where the maximum liver is present here, stomach is present here, spleen is present, small intestine, urinary tract is here. This is the urinary bladder. These are the kidneys carrying the urine to the urinary bladder here. This is the urinary bladder, which is in the form of a bag, capable of storing the urine until the stage where you feel the urge to conduct the urine. That is called micturition. This is where the lower part of the palm between these 2 fingers above the waist bladder is present. This is the tube by means of which urine is conducted. That tract is infected most often. Okay, so what you can do, you apply the pressure for the urinary bladder and also to the tube which is conducting the urine. This is the tube, this is the bladder. You just apply pressure for the bladder and also for the tract. Between the 2 waves, the passage is here. You just apply pressure here. You are able to follow here. You can see the picture. Can you see the picture here? This is the bladder. This is the bladder. This is the tract. That is the urethra through which urine is eliminated. So you have to apply pressure here. The lower part of the palm, just above the waist, between the middle and ring finger.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Now, Shankar sir, you can sum it up, sir. We'll close it, sir.
Over.
Yeah,
This
I'm
over.
ready.
The Shankar sir will speak and close it, ma'am.
Okay.
Shankar sir.
Yeah, I'm ready. Doctor, we really appreciate, doctor. You're taking so much of time to, explain in detail about what is Sujo, what is acupressure, what is the differences, and also it is a wonderful opportunity for us to learn each and everything together, because we have created this series because of BSMD Alumni Association, the Learn Together series, where we have created an opportunity on this lockdown period for people, the friends all over the world to learn something new. So every day we are now doing this, and we are really proud because we know you are the authority for this field of, and you have been a doctorate in veterinary science, and also you are practicing. And I've been told recently that I didn't hear about you, but people who know you tell me that you are the authority in this field, and we would like to associate with you, madam. I would like to also place on thanks to Director in charge, Dr. Rupa Gunashilan, and also Shankar Narayanan. He's a good friend of us who has taken more interest to bring you here. It is a great opportunity, and I also thank Karthik, Kanagaraj, Manikandan, and all the teammates who have been part of this wonderful occasion. Thank you once again, man. We will surely have a one-day session with you. So,
I have to thank Shankar